Hello everyone. Our topic for today's session is Document Object Model. DOM is a World Wide Web Consortium standards which provides you which facilitate you with some standard for accessing documents like HTML document or XML document. So it is basically one platform and a language interface that allows programs and script to dynamically access and update the content, structure and style of a document. So for example, if I've created my HTML file, okay, in which I have just used some HTML tag with its content with proper styling, but if I want to change this dynamically any content, either any element or any style, then I can do it with using this script using DOM, Document Object Model. This DOM defines the object and property of all the documents elements and method to access them. Every JavaScript program running in web browser has access to document object. This object holds browser's internal presentation of the document object model and contain all the information the browser retrieve from HTML tag, attribute, CSS style rules, images and other components that make up source code of your page. So basically whenever browser render your HTML tag, okay, and it start executing your web page, then there is one object created for every HTML tag. One object is created and you can modify their attributes, styling, okay, and any other component if you want using DOM. Understanding DOM is a key to becoming an effective JavaScript programmer. Yeah, it is very important if you have interest in JavaScript. HTML page can be viewed as a hierarchical family tree of element containing other element. So what does it mean? For example, I have page like this, okay, this is just a simple HTML content, HTML head, body, and within body section or one heading and one image, okay. So whenever browser reads an HTML source code, for example this one is my HTML source code, okay, then it construct an object for each element. That means this is our head, this is our head element, so it create one object for head, one object for body, one object for h1 tag, one object for image tag. So for every element it create one object, okay, and it links it to the element it contains, that means children of that particular element, and also links it to the element that contain its, that means parent tag. For example, this is your h1 tag, this is your body, for example body tag, this one is your body tag, okay. Now for this body tag there is one object which is created, okay. Now whenever this object is created, it also links it to the other element, for example what element that are inside this body tag and element in which this body tag is. For example, this h1 and image, these both are children of this body tag, okay. So body tag, it is linked to h1 and image tag. After that, this is a child of HTML tag, which is parent of body, so it is also connected to HTML. Now in previous example, these are the tag which are consisted in our code, okay. Now HTML element contain a head and body, okay, HTML which contain head and body. This document contain doc tag. After that, head contains title, okay, and body contains two elements, that is h1 and image. This set of relationship can be displayed in a tree diagram like this shown in, this is just a So this is just a tree diagram of HTML elements, how it act as a tree whenever we are referring it as an object. Okay, so this is node, and it is children of this body node, and it is parent node. This is a sibling, that is h1 is a child, image is also child, that's why it is sibling. The items in the boxes are referred as node. That means this is your HTML node, body node, head node, like that. Each node in JavaScript object that has been constructed by browser to represent the corresponding HTML element. Each node object contains information about the attribute, CSS style, content of the element in its representation. For example, if HTML is a node, okay, then your node object contain all the information about this HTML's attributes, CSS style, and content of HTML type. A node can have one parent, any numbers of children directly below it, or any numbers of a sibling. Whenever you are using JavaScript in a web page, the built-in global variables documents holds the root node of this tree. Now, HTML document object model. With this object model, JavaScript gets all the power it needs to create dynamic HTML. JavaScript can change all the HTML element in the page. After that, it can also change all the attribute in the page, all the CSS style in the page, and it can react to all the events in the page. Now, if I want to find an HTML element using DOM, so how can I do that? Okay, so you have to find the element first. So how can you find element? Finding an HTML element by ID. After that, you can find HTML element by class. After that, you can find an element by using name and using tag. Now, let's say we want to find our HTML element by using the element ID. Okay, for example, in our HTML code, there is one HTML tag with ID attribute which is valued as intro. Let's say we have HTML, let's say we have heading tag, okay, and we have set attribute ID with value intro. So now if I want to find that particular heading tag, so how can I do that? So okay, in this example I have to paragraph tag with ID is equals to intro. Okay, now I want to find it. So in script tag, what will I write? Variable x is equals to document dot get element by ID, and within parenthesis double quote you have to pass value. Now just see this line, variable x document x dot get element by ID. So this is a method of your DOM. Okay, document dot get element by ID, it is a method. Now method name is get element by ID. Why ID? Because we are finding our HTML element using ID attribute of HTML tag. If we were finding it's by name, then method name would be like get element by name, get element by attribute, like that. Okay, so over here we are using ID, that's why get element by ID. Now after that you have to pass one parameter, that is value of your ID. Over here we are looking for ID having value intro, that's why it is intro as a parameter. Now be careful that it should be in double quote. Now whenever I call for this method will return me an HTML element, okay, whose ID is intro. So for that purpose, if it is returning me something, then I must have something that holds whatever it returns. Okay, so therefore I have created one variable x which just store whatever this method will return. Now after that, document.write p the text from the intro paragraph. Now what this variable x contain paragraph tag. Okay, now using script, within script I want to print all the text that is in paragraph tag. Okay, so how can I do that? So you just need to access x.innerHTML. Okay, now look at this portion. This x is whatever object returned by your this method. Okay, this will return object. Which object? Object for this p HTML element. Okay, now as I have told you, this object has access to all your data, all your CSS, all your attributes. Okay, so now we are looking for content of this HTML element. So how can I fetch content of particular object? So here is a method that is inner HTML. Okay, this is object of paragraph. Okay, now if I want to access data of my paragraph tag, then you just need to x dot and call for x dot inner HTML. So this method will print out whatever the content is there in your x object, which is indirectly p's content, p element content. And script tag is closed and body tag is closed. If the element is found, method will return the element as an object. That means our DOM object for particular HTML element. If element is not found, then x will contain null. Now it may be possible that there is no any ID with name intro. So what will happen at that time? This method will just return null and story ends there only. Okay, any element you retrieve using document.getElementById will be an object of type node. That means in previous case, object of type paragraph. Node object contain a number of fields, each containing information associated with the corresponding HTML example. So in previous case, written object was type of paragraph. Okay, so this x in previous slide, x can it can contain information associated with a paragraph by all means. That means it can access value of it, it can change type, it can change CSS styling of paragraph tag. It can also apply some events to that particular HTML element. This field can be used to make change to the DOM even after page has been loaded. There are some of useful node fields. Now this one is we have seen inner HTML, a string representing content of the node as HTML. After that, style, a CSS style information associated with the node. After that, class name, HTML class attribute. Plus there will be one field for every attributes specified in the corresponding tag in the original HTML source code. That means ID, source, whatever attribute are there in your actual HTML element, it will be you can use it like that, inner HTML style, class name and other attributes. Now if I want to change my HTML content dynamically, but obviously this whole thing is for dynamically changing your HTML CSS. Okay, so if I want to change my HTML content using this DOM JavaScript, then how can I do that? Okay, to change the content of HTML tag, use this following syntax. Now this line is just simple, document.getElementById, and you just pass ID. Okay, now if I want to change new content, so how can I do that? You just need to assign new content to your HTML elements content. Now the thing is, how you get content? Using this object, okay, E, and you just need to call this object's one method, that is inner HTML. Okay, so e.innerHTML is equals to new HTML. So whatever was the content of this particular E node, it will be replaced with new HTML. That means whatever you want to set as your HTML content. Now let's see one example of it. Okay, so over here we have one paragraph tag, and content of this paragraph tag right now is, this is a paragraph. Okay, now within script tag we have just some alert, press OK to see the paragraph change. Okay, and I just hit OK. Now first of all, you need to, if you want to change HTML content, first of all you have to find that particular HTML tag. Okay, so how can I find? Using ID, name, attribute. Okay, but using ID, it is just frequently used method whenever you find HTML element by ID, because ID is unique attribute, that's why. So I just create this method will return me one object which is referred by this variable E. Now e.innerHTML, so this will refer to actual content. Right now this is a paragraph. Now I want to replace this with new text in paragraph. Okay, so this is just as simple as just a single line of code, and you can modify your HTML content. Okay, so script tag is complete and body tag is complete. Now there is one exercise for you. Create one HTML file with one paragraph and prompt the user for some text, and then change the content of p tag, that is paragraph, to match what the user typed. For example, if I type programming with Parul, then after entering OK, your content should be like this: welcome to programming with Parul. Now try your code and entering HTML at the prompt and investigate what happens to the DOM. Now you have to do one try and catch, try and solve. If you create the script after the paragraph tag, and what happen if you replace the code earliest in the file, that means at upper portion of paragraph tag. Just see that. This is your task. So it is your task. Okay, I hope you will do it. Now changing an HTML style. Okay, now style refers to our CSS. I can dynamically change CSS style of particular HTML tag, HTML code. Style object contain all the CSS information for the node. Okay, where each field of the object corresponding to a CSS property. To change the style of an HTML element, use following syntax. So this is very now you are familiar with this line, which is used to get element, okay, using ID. Now after that you just need to use e.style.property. For example, now this is also one style is also one object. Okay, so e.style.property, this property is property name for what you are changing your style. Okay, so e.style, let's say I want to change color of my paragraph tag. So how can I do that? e.style.color. okay, and I want to replace it with green, so you just need to write e.style.color is equals to green. It's as simple. Only problem in accessing style object is that you can get into problem with the hyphenated CSS style properties like background color, okay, which use dash in a property name. The problem is that the JavaScript expression e.style.background color looks like we are subtracting the variable color from the field e.style style.background. So this is just one minor problem that happens whenever you accessing style object to change dynamically style of your particular HTML tag. Now there is one solution that is implemented in most of the browser, which is to convert hyphenated property names to camel case property names. That means if you have property border radius top left, then it will become border radius top left. So you don't need to tackle it with this, your browser will handle it with care. Now there is one exercise for you related to CSS changing. Define one h1 tag with id is equals to heading. After that, you just need to find it and change its color with red. Very easy, isn't it? Okay. Now try to change other CSS styling in the same way. Add border, change font size, border radius, like that. Now there is another assignment for you. Okay. Just note it down and practice it. After that, I want to change HTML attribute. Okay, as I have told you, your DOM is also capable. It is powerful to change your HTML attribute itself. Okay, so if you want to change image, you can modify its source attribute by accessing the source field of corresponding node, or if you want to change a link, you can modify href attribute of the corresponding node. Okay, so this is all about DOM, that is document object model. If you have any query, please let me know in my comment section. And probably there is a little something in my presentation, you know what, so just pardon me for that, and hope you understood it well. Keep practicing. Bye bye.